done much to the truck since the last video, really, besides wash it and go to another show with Rods and Ribeyes. But today, went ahead and took the bed off, and gonna get ready to clean it up, get the rust off of it. So it's pretty sketchy pulling the bed off. I'll throw some pictures on there when I was pulling it with a cherry picker. But I got the bed stood up. Probably gonna wash everything under here too. It's all pretty dirty. I might as well wash it while it's off. It's gonna get dirty again, but I got some rust, like that surface rust right there. It's not bad, but I would rather clean it up best I can and prep it all, paint it, so that I don't have to worry about it getting worse in the future. So if I can get this right here, once I get all that rust clean up off there, I'm just gonna use some of that Rust-Oleum stuff. Get it off there, put some, I got some bed liner for the bottom of it, do most of the bed liner. And then another spot up here, little brackets and stuff. So I'm gonna hit that with some of that rust remover stuff, clean up real good, and throw some bed liner on the bottom, I guess. And then I also got to clean up some stuff inside the bed. This one I've been using for quite a while. It's the Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver. It's a gel, so it sticks pretty good. We'll just spray it on, let it sit for a while, and it pretty much eats the rust away and turns it into, I forget what it's called. But it turns it into like a inert substance, so it's not rust anymore. And then you paint over it. So you gotta hit these spots down here. There's a couple little spots, like where I welded these nuts in for the toolbox. Hit those real quick. And that side also, still kind of rusty. And just a few little spots along the bed sides and the inside of them. Go in that corner, hit that. Get it all cleaned up, looking good. So usually what I'll do, it's probably good to wear gloves honestly, because this is phosphoric acid, but let it sit for a while. And I'm kind of rubbing around, agitate a little bit. Try to make sure everything's covered real good. Also helps there's not a bunch of water in there to dilute it, but that's the idea. You can see right there it's turning white. That's a little bit of rust that's hitting right there, reacting with that rust. Keep on brushing this stuff around and moving around, and let it sit another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll rinse it all out. That gel is just hanging on that wall. That's one good thing about it right there, is it's all just sitting there pretty much. It's slowly coming down, but real slowly. So it'll stay on the rust pretty good while you're doing something else. Alright, y'all don't watch this crap. Got most of the rust cleaned up. So there's still some there, but do some OSPO, neutralize all the rust. But sit for a while, I'll hit with some self-etching primer. Got some before and after pictures of this side, and it's a pretty big difference. So I went ahead and did this stuff up here too. Some of the patch panels I did up there. It's not perfect, but it should make it last a lot longer. Get the bed back in the shop. Had a little bit of OSPO left over. It's that Skyco OSPO I was talking about, which is just a phosphoric acid rust treatment you can get. And so you can buy that most places, Atwoods, Ace, stuff like that. But so the top, got all that residual rust up there, and then coated it. Like I said, they got a lot of the rust off, like that deep rust right there. They got a lot of it off, but not all of it. So, that corner right there. That's a patch panel I made a while back. Did it on both sides because it's so rusty. But there's that. So I got OSPO and all that. I went in and hit all of the welds right there. Those little, can't see it. All these little welds right here, little spot welds. went and hit those two because a lot of those had a little bit of rust in them. So it's better than gonna last forever, but I might as well keep it as nice as I can. So on the insides right there, I went ahead and hit all the spots I was cleaning earlier with the OSPO. Wipe it on there real good with a brush. And then the spots back in there where I couldn't really get to the brush, I went and just, I had some left over in this old spray bottle. So I just spray what I could back there. I just kind of spray what I can back there with paint too. The primer and the paint. The top edge on both sides really not bad. It's mainly around this bottom area right here. Yep. Got that done. That stuff's got to sit for 24 hours. So I also got to sit for 24 hours. Let it cure. And I'll clean it off. Throw some self-etch on there. Throw some paint on there. So I'll probably go ahead and try to get the bottom finished. Get the whole bottom recoated and everything. All the rust killed. I'll probably put it up normal. Got a pallet stacked up on the floor right here where it bring the whole bed up high enough. And then I can work on body work on those panels in the corners. And I can also clean up the inside of the bed for the Raptor liner. So, yep, I'll jump back on tomorrow night. All right, so this is about 24 hours later after I wiped all that stuff on there. So all the rust and stuff has turned to a white powdery thing. All that's been neutralized. I'll wipe off all the loose stuff and then put the self-etch on there, I guess. Let that sit for a little while, then put another top coat on there. I got most of it done, and there's a spot right here on this bottom part that I missed earlier, but most of that done. So I had bought one can of this. It's been pretty good in the past using on my Nissan I used to have, but I was hoping it would last longer than it did. So I got that whole top section up there, and I think every runner besides that very bottom brace right there. Got all those coated in it, all the seams right here coated in it. But I want to do the inside the panels right here with it, but didn't have enough, so I just used this good old, this pretty good paint right here, semi-gloss black Ford duplicator stuff. It's pretty good, so I went ahead and stood on the inside of the fenders to coat it. There shouldn't be anything getting thrown up in here anyway, because I got these plastic covers right here that cover pretty much this whole section right here, so shouldn't have to worry about that much. Got pretty much everything coated now. Just wait a little bit and then throw some black paint on that part right there. I'm not going to Pebble Beach, but maybe the bed will last another 20 years. Hopefully a lot longer than that, but you know what I mean. Next night, after that last clip, got some rust reformer in town today, and you know the seat, but I shot it back in there on the corners. I can't really get anything else in there. A little bit of surface rust on the top, and we come up there too. It's on all four corners, so I'm gonna hit all that, just cover it up with something, and hopefully keep it from rusting any worse. Wasn't necessarily the right way to do it, but I mean, I don't really know how else I could do it besides just sandblasting or pulling the panels off and getting in there, get the rust out. So it'll be good enough for now. So I guess the next step is going to be pulling straps off and trying to pick this thing straight back up. I should be done with the bottom of it. Go ahead and rattle can some of the crap right here, cover that pink primer up, so hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. Shouldn't hurt anything. So pick that straight back up, pull the trailer out from under it, set it back down, and get it flat again, and then pick it up, put it back on the trailer with some pallets so I can start trying to body work some of these sections like this right here. I'm sure there's some welding up on that top corner of that piece right there. So the patch panels are made. And I gotta do some fiberglass body fit on the outside of that. But the biggest step's gonna be just pulling this thing, picking it up hopefully straight up and not dropping it and ruining the bedside. So we'll get to doing that. Get this rig on the ground again, twist it around a little bit, and I'm gonna attempt to lay it back down flat so I can get the cherry picker inside the bed. I got these hooks welded to it. So I got hooks on all four corners welded to it, just for strapping stuff down and whatever else. I use those to pick up the bed. So I gotta scoot it back towards this way and then pick the whole thing up. So I'll struggle with that now. So on that time lapse, got the bed on the trailer. Got spaced up plenty high enough where I can do some body work. This is the spot I was talking about. Put those patch panels in, you can kind of see where I welded it up on that side. And on this side. So I'm just gonna clean some rust up, stuff like that. Just like this spot right here has quite a bit of pitting, but the rust will be fine. This stuff clean up the wire wheel. Start cleaning this seam out up there. That seam's what I pulled out right there. I'll clean those seams up, and then hopefully tomorrow I get this whole thing, drag it up there to where the water hose is. Put some more of that rust dissolver gel on there, let it sit for a while, and heal or eat off most of this rust right here. And I can do some self-etching primer on it, or some epoxy primer, whichever one's easiest, and throw some Raptor liner on there eventually. Just did one more acid wash on it. Got some more of the rust away. So I welded some of this stuff last night, so it's just pretty clean already, but this stuff cleans up real nice. So all the rest is going, but some more of it's going. It's going to wire wheel it. I got a big old cup for the grinder I'm gonna try to use too. And that might help clean it up pretty fast, but I don't know. Still working on the bed. I got a lot of bare metal up here, you know, I got all that taken out of bare metal. I don't know what I was doing last time, but like that right there, I wish I had a before picture. I might have one, but it was all, I didn't clean it very good. I should have taken out of bare metal and I didn't. And like down here right now, some spots right here, I don't know if I just didn't care much about it or what, but there's rust all in there. Good focus. So I'm taking all this down with a wire wheel, down to bare metal, getting rid of that rust. And then let's prime all that, which I've got half of mine just, it's gonna be so spotty, I've got half of mine to just hit it all the way across there with 180 and just reprime the whole thing and then put new paint on top of all that, because it's gonna be here and there. And I thought about, this is just some spots on it I'm not sure about, so I thought about redoing this whole bottom section too. So I don't know, so I'll make progress though. Got this whole piece right here stripped down to bare metal. Still gotta do some sanding on it to get it the right grit, but slowly but surely. All right, so kids are down for a nap, so hopefully I can get this right here at least primed today. I've got all this stuff scuffed up, 180. Still got to fix that small dent right there, so probably won't paint that part of it, but Got all this stuff down. I got a lot of the top rail bare metal. Got it kind of taped off so I'll know where I can, what'll be good and what's not good whenever I go to do the, fix all the rust inside the bed. The same primer I always use. It's a epoxy primer, it's direct to metal. Use the Sherwin-Williams mixing cup, which goes together half and half with the catalyst. Hopefully I mixed up enough for at least one coat. We will see, but we also have 30 minutes between coats, so if I did mix up enough, I want to put a second coat on there and I have time. I have plenty of time to mix another setup, so we'll spray it on there. Well, it's all covered, so it's not going to rust, but that gun setup is not perfect. Splattered down here and ran over here, so yeah, but it's covered now. So it's about 8 o'clock on my Friday off. Hopefully I can spend all day thrashing on this bed and make a little bit of progress. So this side I got all the holes welded up. Got it pretty smoothed out, as good as it's going to get. This patch over here, I still have to, I gotta sand it all down. Just gotta put some spray paint on there so it wouldn't rust any worse a while back. So still gotta sand all that down and start working on that one. The lighting in my shop is terrible, but let's see, I got this side cleaned up as it's gonna get probably. I got this side, sprayed with some rust reformer all in there where that patch was when we've been welding. This side, got that time lapse, but all the holes fit on it. Got it cleaned up pretty good. Just put some more rust reformer in here, all the main spots I can get to. Hard to spray in there, but then I got this big spot right here was straight rust. I got it all cleaned up the best I can. Put some of that OSPO on there. Put that right here, kind of OSPO all this stuff. That's about all I have, so could buy some more OSPO at some point. But got that cleaned up pretty good. Couldn't work on much else. I started cleaning up the bed, or the back part of the bed, I guess. So I went in and sanded all that stuff down right there. Outside that spot, I guess I gotta sand that spot there, but with all that sanded down, started cleaning up the metal right here. Got the paint and rust off of it. It's a little too humid right now to really do anything. So we'll around looking at the side of the bed, trying to figure out all the dents I can fix right now. So obviously got to body work all that stuff still, clean it up. This side, I got all the dents marked with tape. You can look down the truck, you can kind of see the side of it, see the side profile. And see the dents a little easier. So I got all those marked. Got this whole front side cleaned up. Hit with some red Scotch Brite. It's about 400 grit. When I can with the red Scotch-Brite, and then whenever the humidity gets a little lower, I'm gonna fix some of these dents. I got one dent right here I need to fix. So realistically, I need to paint this front portion of it and put it back on the truck. So hit this real quick with some Scotch-Brite, get it all cleaned up, and then hopefully put some paint on it later. So I didn't really do much of it, but I got this right here back primed, body worked a little bit. I got some more primer in here, hit bare metal down here on the edge, so went in and primed it. Hopefully I mixed enough paint up, but I probably didn't, but I'm going to spray the first coat on here of the blue. I painted this once before, but I didn't like the way it came out. It was real rough up here. I didn't clean the top up enough. It just didn't look good at all. So I mixed the paint up now. Got all this, with this primed right here. Got this body working primed a little bit. I went ahead and primed some stuff that had bare metal on it. So I'm gonna get the paint over here. I got it mixed up. Hopefully I got enough mixed up. And we'll put the first coat on real quick. We got 5 minutes to flash off and do another coat. I'm gonna do 2 coats of the paint, and the last coat I'm gonna mix up half clear, half paint, and it should make it shine a little better. Oh baby! Some more paint mixed up, so hopefully it'll be enough this time. Alright, let's do this again. That's my thing up a little bit. It's about a half clear, half paint mixture, so we'll see how that works out. Looks a little better. I measured out how much I was going to use. I guess adjusting my air pressure and fan stuff. I guess I used a little more than I did last time. So kind of ran out, but I got most of this stuff done before I went to the main part. So that should be good. And it definitely looks a lot better than it did last time. It's a lot more shiny. We'll see what it looks like when it dries out. But this top part looks a lot better. I know it was I didn't clean it up very good I didn't sand it really good, I guess, where it was like the tape, where the paint was the old paint and new paint, so you could see like kind of spots where it was like missing and stuff, so it didn't look really good. But I got rid of all that, and it's all smooth now. There's dents here and there, but you won't see those with the bed on, so it'll be fine. All right, so orange peel is not ideal, but it'll also be behind the cab, so you won't see this much of it anyway. So that's all painted. So the top edge was really rough. The last time I painted it, I got it pretty cleaned up now. Had a bunch of bad spots in it where like the paint was missing and stuff that I didn't clean up good enough, I guess, or I guess really I didn't smooth it out enough between the transition between the paint and no paint. So got that done. Got quite a few spots of Bondo, or not Bondo, but body filler done. That's not done. I gotta put some more on that one, but I'll clean some of these up. But I got these corners primed. That was one of the main things too, to get those primed. So I'll start body working these. And then this one right here is primed, but there's also a pinhole right there that I gotta fix. I just noticed when I was sanding it earlier, so gotta fix that. I got a bunch of spots with tape on them. Those are all the dents that I noticed. And there's another dent right there I gotta fix. But the body filter dried out or cured too fast for me to put on there, and it started getting kind of clumpy, so I just abandoned it. But that's the main part right there, is getting that done, repainted. And then these, I'll start by working those hopefully this weekend. I still gotta prime all this crap right here too at some point, which I got a lot of primer left over, so I might go ahead and try to sand that down real quick and spray some of it just so I don't waste the primer. Alrighty, got some spot priming done on the spots where I did a little body filter on them. Those patches primed up. This back section right here primed up. I cleaned it all off and neutralized all the rust a while back, so I just sanded it down, cleaned it up, got it done. So I got this one done. Besides that pinhole right there, still gotta fix that. Hopefully I can work on that tonight. Got quite a bit of bare metal here. That's close to probably a third of the bed floor is all bare metal right now, so cleaned it up pretty good. Got rid of the rust that I can get rid of. I'm just gonna throw some of this on there. There we go. Got that rust reformer stuff on there, so hopefully keep it from rusting. So I'll probably take it all off when I put the 2K. It's just 2K, but when I put the epoxy primer on there, I'll probably take all this stuff off. But this right here will hopefully be easier to take off than this OSPO crap, because that's what OSPO looks like when it dries. So, yep, slowly making progress. Mixing the body filter up right now. It'll probably take about 3 seconds before it hardens up. It's about 90 something degrees outside, but just gotta prep some more of that right there, get it cleaned up, put some body filter, add some right there, add some of these two spots right here, hit that bottom part right there. So do that real quick, and while it's setting up, I'm gonna mix the primer up and prime these spots I had to fix the other day on this side. And then I guess after that, if I mix some more up, I still got plenty of dents to fix, which I'm more worried about stuff like this right here, because this will be hard to get to when it's on the truck. Really, that'll be hard to get to on the truck, and this right here won't be that bad to get to on the truck. I can sit in a chair and get these in the truck while it's on there, so not too worried about those. I'm mainly trying to focus on the bottom part, so maybe I can get the bed back on in the next month. Realistically, that sounds terrible, but that's about how it goes. So I'm gonna put some hardener in this right here, mix it up real good, and see how far I can get it. I'll go ahead and apologize. I know this video's been sporadic all over the place. It's just I get kind of a couple hours a week to work on this thing, so this is taking way longer than it should, but I'm trying to slowly make progress on it. So this looks more tonight. I got to do some sanding right here on the Bondo for the body filter I did earlier on that part, and the one back there. I got a little bit on top I gotta mess with, so just gonna work on that, I guess. And then I said earlier, got this part right here primed up. You can see the indentions. I still gotta do some body work on that part too. So realistically, once I do the body work here and on the other side on the bottom, I mean, I can go and put it back in my truck, because I can get all this stuff pretty easily while it's in my truck. This right here will be a bugger to get to on the spot down low, so I'd rather do it while it's 3 foot in the air versus being 8 inches in the air. I guess I'll jump on this. This big one was one on the front, this big spot. I will probably use couple long blocks, so this one should work pretty good. This is these long salmon blocks right here. It's a long salmon block and get a good smooth edge, and hopefully keep it pretty smooth from here to there. Try to keep it pretty, make it flow pretty good so it's not all wobbling anything. We're using small blocks, like wherever I put it. These small blocks work pretty good, but you can get a little bit more of be more likely to get a divot in there than using this longer block. You can see the size difference there. That'll cover twice the area this short one will. So use that long one. I'll probably hit with some 80 real quick. Just knock down most of the stuff. I'll hit with 80, just knock down most of the stuff right here, and then I'll go to 180 and get a little finer and a little smoother. And then if I can get this smoothed up, not that part. Get that smoothed up, and that smoothed up. Hopefully I can put some more primer here tomorrow, depending on how much more I need to put on here. If I need to add some more somewhere, but if all that's good, I can put some primer on that tomorrow, and that'll be pretty much good. All right, so I got that sanded down pretty smooth. So there might be a little bit I need to add right there. You can kind of see it right there where it didn't, sandpaper didn't touch it, so it's got to be a little bit low right there. Same thing kind of around here. You see where the sandpaper's been touching right here. Didn't touch right there, it's obviously low. Right there, it's obviously low too still, so that one's all right. I don't think that spot right there is pretty good, but yeah, it's still a little low right there. So I think most of this is good. I have to add some right there tomorrow, some right there tomorrow, and then a piece right there. So there's that little bit. I guess I'll jump to this spot next. This one just had a small spot on it. A little like a little spot where it dug in. I flattened it out quite a bit with a hammer and dolly, but had a little spot right here. It's kind of creased a little bit, so I'm gonna sand this down real quick. And I guess I'll jump up here to these two spots. Start working on them. There's that section right there. I started out with this thicker block right here. It's pretty small, so it covers pretty good. It's big enough for this right here, but it's short enough for I don't have to mess with this crap right here. That's all this stuff up here is pretty straight, so. So over that, this corner right here, it's hard to see it, but that body line, it kind of goes inside of there. So you get something a little bit softer, which I use this right here. I forgot I even had this, but I got it at O'Reilly's a couple years ago. Hasn't flexed yet, so I could contour inside that little spot right there. It's kind of hard to show it on here, but it's kind of a dip inside of here. It's kind of this one right here is way too stiff to get inside of there. So that soft one got in there pretty good. That's where that gouge was, but I didn't quite get it. You can kind of, maybe you can kind of see it right there. There's still a little bit of a dip right there, so. To prime over this again, all this bare metal, and then try to scuff that and put a little bit more primer. I mean, a little bit more body filler right there, because that dip's still right there. So yeah, this looks pretty good though. Pretty smooth right there. All that stuff's pretty straight. So have a little bit more right there. Hopefully tomorrow. That's done a little bit earlier. Haven't messed with that one yet. So these are the two next ones I'm gonna mess with right there. Got those two pretty smoothed out. Knocked most of them down 80 grit and went back over the 180. So we're ready to prime that right there after I clean it up a little bit more. Hopefully tomorrow. And so then this one went over 80 grit and then smoothed down the 80 grit scratches with 180. So primer should stick. It's pretty smooth. I don't think I'm missing any spots on here at all. Looks like it should be pretty good. Mess with this spot some, but still got a dip right there. I think I'm about ready to put my bed back on tomorrow. So got most of the body work done on here. All the cleaning up, all that fixed up, so that's good. And then I double checked my fuel sending unit, and it wasn't showing the right fuel level. But I think one of these pins right here, these two, so there's two big wires go to the fuel pump, but the two small wires go to the sending unit. So they were kind of floppy. I cleaned off the post on here real good and tightened those up a little bit and pressed them down on there. And the level actually showing about 5%, which is about what the ohms was showing, about 83 ohms or so, which seems high, but the aftermarket sending unit, I mean, if I can just get an idea how much fuel I have, that'll be good. So that's better than it was. Hopefully it'll stay that way. If not, I have to drop the tank out of the bottom when I put the bed on, but that's not the end of the world either. And then I got the back bumper pulled off because it's kind of tight. I'd rather not drag all this stuff I've been body working back here across the bumper and mess it up. So we got that pulled off so I can just drop the bed straight down, hopefully, or kind of straight down. Most of the stuff I was doing was pretty boring, so I didn't video any of that, but I got everything kind of feathered in 180. I got all this down to pretty much bare metal on that. Gonna take all the rust out that I could, and got most of the seam sealer out. Went ahead and took all this to bare metal too. So this is gonna be a bed liner color right here. This is gonna be a body color. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime all this and try to get where I can seam seal this whole line right here. So I got all that down to clean bare metal. Still to wipe it down, but got all that down to clean bare metal down to there. And on that side, all up there. And some of that stuff up here. I had to fix a couple spots that were cracked. There was a crack right here that I had to fix with a weld. Another crack right here that I welded back up. So got that done. And then I got all this stuff scuffed up. There wasn't really any rust down here, so I just scuffed it up real good. And clean up right here. So now I can wipe it down a little while and spray it with some primer. This is the next thing on the agenda right here is trying to finish this part of the body work. So hopefully if I can finish this side right here and hopefully the other side today, at least get it closer, maybe I can toss the bed on tonight. So I'm gonna mix some putty up, do this crap right here, try to get this side close, and then might mix the other side too. But well, I'm just gonna wait to prime all this stuff, all that bare metal. I'm gonna wait to prime it until I'm ready to prime this stuff too, so I can just mix it all up at once and have it sitting around in case something else comes up. So I'm gonna start mixing some putty up. Here we go, got some primer on there. Got a little crazy with it. Let me turn the camera around. I got crazy with it, I guess, and didn't have my fan pattern out enough, and had a little run. But either way, the body filter sealed up, so I don't have to worry about it getting moisture on it. So I was worried about mainly. I got primer on all this stuff inside of here. All that's good, all that right there, all inside there. So now I can seam seal this whole seam right here. And if I get to painting something, I can paint all this stuff too. So all that stuff right there sealed up. Ended up doing a little bit more body work right there. Got that spot a little bit better looking. And then I got this spot pretty good and fixed up too now. So that body line looks pretty straight. So I'm gonna do one coat of primer today because I don't have time to do two. So that's gonna I'm gonna end it off right there for today anyway. A few hours later, it's set up pretty good. So I got all that stuff, painted like I said earlier. I'm gonna try to put the bed back on tonight. Just have to put the harness back on. This is the harness right here for the taillights and stuff. I'll probably clean it up, throw it back on, but before I do that, I'll put some more gas in the tank and see if it changes any, and see if I fix that gas level, the fuel level sending unit. See if that actually it's making contact now. Put some gas in this thing real quick and see if the fuel level changes at all. Alright, so let's put a 5-gallon jug in there, and it went from 21 to 43% in the fuel tank, so that's about 22% difference. So do 5 over 19, that's 26%. So if it's 4% off, I guess, fuel sending unit stuff, 4% off. So that's a lot better than it was. We wouldn't read anything. So I think that part's fixed. I guess I gotta put, well, so I probably put this one on too, but at least put the rear one on for sure, so it'll hold the filter neck up. Put that on, and so I put that on. I'm gonna put the harness under the bed, and then I put the tail lights in. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see what I can do tonight. Alright, I get the truck backed up. I'm gonna try to drop this thing down. I got it so far back, it's gonna kind of drop in an arc with that cherry picker. So I'm try to ease this thing down and line it up, hopefully. Hopefully the audio is pretty clear with this fan going, but so I got this washer right here. So first of all, this hole right here got watered out. Right there I got bent up right there. So I've already done the front in one spot. Just gonna repair that hole. We're in a washer right there. So I got a washer close to the same size as the head of the bolt. This is one of the old rusty ones, but got that about the same size. I got all the other holes filled in, so I got all 5 of the bolts in. Located on the frames, it's all in a good spot. And you can see the hole right here. It's about in the center, so got that there. Mark at the top. You can barely see a score line there on the top of it. You can barely see that score line, but got that marked straight up and down where I want it to be. And then I went around it and etched it, or got a scribe, this metal scribe right here. I went around the edge of it so I know where to put it. So we'll put it in there and throw some welds on it, get it tacked in real good, and then I'll fully weld around there. There we go. We'll pass an X-ray or not, but I bet it'll hold up to help holding a bolt. So put that off. So what I did is I got it, put the bolt in there, got it centered up, so marked it pretty good. But then I got it back in there, marked it, or checked it, make sure it was in center still. Tacked on both sides and held it down so I wouldn't weld the actual head to the washer next to it. So the sucker's tight. No wiggle room at all now, so we're good to go there. Alright, got a little carried away, didn't film anything, but the last thing I videoed was getting that welded on. So I got that piece welded on, put some self-etching primer on it so it wouldn't rust as bad, hopefully. Until I have time to get the bed liner put on. So I got that done. I got all 6 bolts. I cleaned them off. Got the threads good, and then I tighten off 5 of those bolts up. This front passenger side one is a little too short. Still debating on doing a different bolt setup for the bed whenever I put it back on later on. But so got the bumper back on. Got it bolted back up. Got the lights hooked back up. Tail light all working everything like it's supposed to. So hopefully I can drive it tomorrow. Hopefully, well, I got this put on too. I got the, still gotta tighten these up. Don't forget that. I might do that before I go to the shop tonight, honestly. But I got that tightened down. The filter neck's held up. Just gotta remember to tighten these up right here. And then it should be able to drive it, honestly. I think so. I'll look it over real good one more time before I drive it, but it should be ready to rip.